Hi, my name is Laura Hyre, and this is my naturalistic observation presentation. My observation was of a young boy aged 7 years old. The setting was at the children's church at my home church. I observed the boy for 60 minutes or more. The setting was Christian elementary level children who attend services. They came from different cultural and ethnic backgrounds and different socioeconomic backgrounds. I observed his behavior during lesson, worship, and small group interactions with the teachers and other children. The child interrupted the teacher and spoke out of place during the lesson. A few other teachers repeatedly asked him to listen and not interrupt. The boy displayed behaviors of wanting to seek attention. One of the teachers told him if he did not listen, they would call his mom to come. His response was, "So?" His response led me to believe that his mother had permissive parenting style, as outlined in our text by Berger. The boy did not exhibit traits that were of the other three parenting styles, such as authoritarian, authoritative, uninvolved. However, everything described permissive. As discussed in our text, the boy's behavior that I observed would indicate to me that he is in the secondary prevention phase. Berger stated, "Secondary prevention involves spotting warning signs and intervening to keep a risky situation from getting worse. For example, insecure attachment, especially of the disorganized type, is a sign of disrupted parent-child relationship. Thus, insecure attachment should be repaired before it becomes harmful. I don't believe it has reached that point yet. However, I can definitely see it go that route unless the mother puts her foot down to his behavior. There needs to be structure and appropriate discipline set for this young boy." During a memory verse challenge, which is boys versus girls, the boy did not win. He thought it was over and final. The boy started to cry and was very upset. He was not hearing what the teachers were trying to tell him. My observation of this cognitive thinking is one stated by Berger. She stated, "Third pre-operational children use static reasoning. They believe the world is stable, unchanging, always in the state in which they currently encounter it." And he seemed to distribute that behavior. But after about 15 minutes, the boy went back to his normal behavior. During the main lesson, the boy would talk out of place and distract other children from the lesson. His presence was known along with some chaos. The teacher was consistently starting the lesson over. This reminded me of the visualizing development map in our text, pages 257 through 258. This boy's behavior led me to compare and contrast in an early childhood setting. In this particular case, it would be child-centered instead of teacher-directed. My personal experience with this observation assignment is that I am more aware of characteristics of children and their behavior. This has been an amazing experience. I serve as a leader in the children's church. This helps me realize why certain children exhibit certain behaviors. It allows me to keep in mind that children come from all different kinds of backgrounds. It teaches me to be more observant and patient with each child's characteristic traits and behaviors. In an online article by Dr. Matthews, she stated, "Young children don't have the necessary tools for managing their upsets. They don't have the brain capacity to put their disappointments into context, to soothe themselves or regulate their responses. Punishing them for being difficult is not only unfair, but it's also counterproductive." And this is really true. She also described 12 good ways to turn around these bad behaviors. I pretty much applied these ways in raising my own children and the children we teach. The boy's different behaviors and emotional outbursts remind me of the early childhood of emotional regulation as discussed by Berger. Berger references and discusses, by age 6, most children can be angry, frightened, sad, anxious, or proud without the explosive outbursts of temper or terror or tears of 2-year-olds. Depending on the training and temperament, some emotions are easier for a child to control than others. But even temperamentally angry or fearful children learn to regulate their emotions. My observations with these such characteristics have me wonder if the boy is only being raised by his mother or another guardian. Reason being, the boy was more receptive to the male teacher than the woman teacher of the Sunday school class. It leads me to believe his emotional regulation can be part of not having a father figure in his life, therefore could not control his emotional outbursts. In closing, I would like to quote a biblical verse that correlates with this assignment and as a mother of three. In Proverbs 22:6, New King James Version, says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." Thank you.